Next up, we have 2010 by GRGE from the WM Records, featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a Layman-Friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, I want to collaborate with everybody, so if anybody wants to collaborate, if you want some Mongolian throat singing for your stuff, the good old kind of thing, or voice acting, or anything like that, reach out to me. I have a whole spiel about it at the end of the video. Same for members, get early access, all that kind of stuff. I have a whole spiel for it, so stick to the end of the video. After that, disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them. Other than that, let's do this. 2010. Let's go. Okay, so we start with three main components right now. First, at the top, we have our melody being done by a synth, giving us our initial motif. Oh, this is from the previous video. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. And I really like this one because it's giving us like the double ending kind of thing. We're immediately hearing a variation. We're immediately hearing the motif being developed right away, right from the get-go. Not the get-go, the get-go kind of thing. Slow Rock, welcome today, how you doing? Which I think, what was the name of this? This motif is done via it can be done via many ways, but one of them could be called a grace note. A grace note, and it's not quite a neighboring tone. So a grace note is something that you do in music writing and composition. Note. So if you look at images of a grace note, you will see how you have all of the notes that belong to the measure, and then you have this little one over here. This is a grace note, something that you're supposed to do quickly before the note happens. So in this case, we would have, this going down. And if we follow the grace note, kind of thing. So let's see, we're having this going on, and I really like how the motif is being developed, as I said, with a different ending. We're doing basically, I think, octave displacement. Octave displacement being a very, very cool term, because once again, when you have music, you have, of course, scales. Scales are built out of the chromatic scale, the chromatic scale being all 12 tones that exist in Western music. That is all black and white keys in the keyboard, all the frets in the guitar, that kind of thing, and out of those you usually get 7. You follow certain formulas, you can get 7. For example, in this case, we can use the key of C major. Very, very simple, and in order to not confuse you too much, we're going to use numbers, right? So the scale is going to be numbers 1 through 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it goes back to the first one, which we call the octave. Octave. So we have that going on, and then it just repeats, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let's just put one more 1 there just for good measure. So the concept of octave displacement is changing which octave things happen in. So between 1 and 1, you have an octave. So the concept of octave displacement is to displace which octave things are happening. So if we take our very trustworthy C major motif, which is 1 to 2 to 3, let me play it for you right now. So the motif sounds like this. We have that going on. If we were to engage in octave displacement, we have to stay playing 1, 2, and 3, but we just change which octave things happen for. So it could be 1, 2, 3, which would sound like this. Or we could even do the fun one, which is 1, 2, and 3. Let me, 1, 2, and 3. I have to move this one. Oh, no, I don't. So yes, we have this one going on like this. So it can really change the perspective that you have. And basically what we're doing is we're engaging in octave displacement with the very last note. So let's say we had not just 1, 2, 3, but 1, 2, 3, and 5. And then for the second repetition, we do 1, 2, 3, and then 5 back here. So the way it would work, the first one would go, and then the second one would go. So you can hear how it already just shifts things around. It makes it have a very different sense. It's a very lovely way of doing this. And the next one is live cue. Yes, after this is live cue. So yes, if you want to hear a really good piece that is like emblematic octave displacement, listen to the track Goat by Polyphia. Goat by Polyphia is a very clear example of octave displacement with a couple of extra adornments, right? But here you can hear, in Goat, you can hear the track starts with the original melody, and then when the guitars jump in, it is the version of the same melody with octave displacement. It's a really fun track. Like in general, Tim Henson and his whole gang are insanely talented, and they just unlocked an entire genre of solo guitars. I see Tim as this generation's Yngwie Malmsteen with the impact that him and his music had. So we're having something less egregious than that happening over here, while we are having some chords in the accompaniment, and of course a little bit of percussion doing this thing. Alex, so this is from the offline queue. By the way, this song was requested from the offline queue, the one you get from the one from Discord. So yeah, they do get done every once in a while, just not as much as I would like to. So let's continue. Let's see where it goes. So yes, you're hearing more and more variation, and what I wanted to say about the accompaniment is that the accompaniment is giving us some pace with a little bit of semblance of beat or a rhythm there, because it's not playing entirely straightforward. Like, we're not hearing just the chords holding the metronome. It's actually giving us a little bit of an actual rhythm over there. And hello there, Mr. Russian, because I can't read. So let's see where this goes. Vocal sample there. We bring in a build-up. Okay, so over here, very simple. We replace the melody with this build-up synth over here. And we're slowly turning up the heat. Let's see where it goes. Okay, there you go. So we bring in our first dropping off the beat. That was fun. Okay. So the first thing to note there was the rhythmic displacement that happened there, right? So rhythmic displacement being when you push things around in the rhythm, right? So that means you either push things forward or bring things back, use silence, that kind of stuff. Because once again, when you're making music, in this case, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension or you're resolving that tension. The point in between we usually call the cadence. And in electronic music, it just so happens that this structure also mirrors that of the build-up and dropping the beat. So the rhythmic displacement in this case, what we did is we took the resolution part of this and we pushed it back. And what we did in this case, we included this like robotic vocal sample backed by silence, which gives us a little bit of extra phantom build-up that makes your drop even more pronounced. So we have that going on, and of course we bring in the drop. We have a very cool bass. The bass very much mirroring what the chords were doing in the accompaniment before, which is not entirely necessary to do when you drop a beat. Because once again, when you're making music, you want a careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much of the same thing, too much repetition, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. There is one universal exception, which is solos, and then electronic music has an additional one, which is dropping the beat. When you drop the beat, Doesn't matter if the material is related or not, as long as it's cool and it fits enough, you can get away with pretty much anything. Which is why so much electronic music, you will hear how the dropping of the beat has very little to do material-wise with the rest of the song, of the track, and it still doesn't matter. It's not like you started playing a completely different piece. It still fits, and it still feels like it belongs. It's one of those very, very few things that can supersede the temperament of a motif. Because yes, a motif will be very jealous. The motif will be very temperamental in that sense that it constantly needs the spotlight. However, when you introduce something like a solo or a dropping of the beat like this, it for some reason does not care. And yes, I know, I'm talking about motifs as if it was like some sort of like jealous ex-girlfriend. And it's because it's irrational like that. Like, this kind of music is irrational like that. It's very strange, and it makes very little logical sense when it comes to music. But that's just music. That's just music. A lot of things in music make little sense. I'm going to give you an example right now. When it comes to music, music is inherently, what's the name? Asymmetrical. There's only one set of notes, structurally speaking, that is symmetrical. Two, actually. There's two sets of notes that are symmetrical in nature. One of them is called the tritone. Where's my text? So one of them is called the tritone. The tritone, or the tritone, is inherently the most unstable sounding dyad in the entirety of music. Sounds a little bit like this. It's the only one that is inherently unstable. The other types of degrees that you're going to have, or the spaces between notes, are going to be either consonants or dissonance. So consonance is going to sound like it belongs together. Dissonance sounds like it doesn't. That kind of thing. Whereas the tritone is simply unstable. It's not quite consonant, it's not quite dissonant, it's just unstable. And it's one of the two types of degrees that we have that is symmetrical. The other one being augmented chords. And the augmented chord sounds like it's I don't even know how to describe it. Listen to it. It sounds mysterious. It sounds like it's missing something, and this is symmetrical. It's perfectly it's built with equal distribution. It's not symmetrical. It's built with equal distribution, and this one is symmetrical. So music inherently requires imperfection, requires asymmetry, requires inequality. Because if you want to hear another type of music that has this whole mathematically equal kind of thing, there's 12-tone music. That was my computer, sorry. 12-tone music. So, legally, music, not really art. I studied it, I know how it sounds, and basically 12-tone music is a game of you have to play every note in the 12 tones that exist before you can repeat any of them in your row. So basically a 12-tone row would be something like this, right? That is 12-tone. And then I would have to come up with like variations of that, and that is 12 tones is chromatic. Yeah, so I could play this, and that is my 12-tone scale. The problem is, I can't go back to any of the notes I already played until I play all the other ones. That is the rule of 12-tone music. In concept, it's a very fun thing to do. It's a really cool, it's very cool, interesting exercises to do and whatever. It's horrible music. It's absolutely horrible music. Like, if you put it to, like, you can put it to good use. You can put that horrible music to good use in, like, video games or music, stuff like that. But if you're gonna sit down and listen to it, you're not gonna have a very pleasant experience. So, yeah, chromatic scales. There's only one chromatic scale. So, yeah. There's only one chromatic scale, so there's that. So yeah, we're having that. I was just explaining how in the drop we have that. Let's go back and continue listening to the drop. We're having the bass, of course, playing a similar melody or similar set of chords that were being played by the accompaniment before. Let's see where it goes. Oh, I like this. So the drop is being divided into two main parts. One of them being the chords being played, and the other one being the whoop whoop bass, giving us essentially a call and response. Call and response being a musical conversation. You can hear it when the whoop whoopness of scales happens. When it starts, when it stops, we have the chords playing. When they stop, the other one starts, and everything else. Think that songs with chromatic scale are good. I don't think they're bad. Something being chromatic or having chromaticism is different from 12-tone music. 12-tone music is very, very separate. Chromaticism, now that you brought up the concept, chromaticism is when you borrow notes from the chromatic scale that don't belong in the current scales. For example, if we were to take C major, that is all the white keys, and we were to include some chromaticism, which would be any of the black keys, we can use that to build more, right? Like we can have some sort of melody. We can use chromaticism for that kind of thing. That's not what 12-tone music is. 12-tone music means that you build a row, what is called a row, and you establish, like, let me show you, right? So 12-tone matrix. So you build a row with notes, and it looks something like this. This is what the row looks like. And you have to play C, then F, then G sharp, then C sharp, then E, F sharp, G, A sharp, B, A, D sharp, D, before you can play any of the previous notes. So that is a good use of chromaticism. 12-tone music is not chromaticism, is the chromatic scale being applied to a ridiculous conclusion. And yes, I had to learn how to use these in uni. So yes, if you want to listen, I advise against this, but if you ever want to, listen to Arnold Schoenberg. Arnold Schoenberg was the father of 12-tone music. His most infamous piece, of course, being his string quartet number 4, which is written in 12-tone music, and you can hear right there. So welcome back, Little Bones. And yes, Blow, when I call it whoop whoopness, because the dubstep has the whoop whoop bass during the dropping of the beat. So yeah, String Quartet number 4 by Arnold Schoenberg. I advise against listening to it, but you will understand what 12-tone music sounds. 12-tone music is music communism, and I will kill on this hill. Yes, I say I will kill on this hill instead of dying on this hill, because I will die on this hill implies that I am willing to go down without a fight, or that I am willing to succumb to it. No, I will prevail because I am right. So, so we have, 12-tone music. I know how it works. It's not chromaticism. It is music communism. So yeah, no, it doesn't work, and it leaves your music sounding absolutely horrible. So back to proper tonal music. We're having this back and forth happening. Let's see where it goes. So you're having the whoop whoop, and we're slowly introducing more elements in the melody. Thank you, Evan. Yes, I am. Was that a sample from Daft Punk? That was Daft Punk, right? That was a sample from Daft Punk Pitch Shift. So yeah, that's the cool thing. That's one of the cool things about electronic music. You can get away with stuff like this. It's pitch shifted, which means they just changed the thing. I don't even listen to Daft Punk, and I recognized it. So yeah, this is a really cool track so far. So yeah, let's see where this goes. So now we're doing another variation of this, and I hate communism, so do I, don't worry. Let's see. So we're slowly introducing more we're introducing... Okay, so what we're doing right now is we are continuing the drop with mostly what I would say are stingers. So stingers in music are usually on and off, or things that are not entirely at the core of the music, but they're there for temporary adornment. Basically, we're having like the chip tune. We're having a bunch of melodies. We're having the audio, these like vocal tracks, vocal samples. Sorry, doing all these things, going back and forth, and yeah. We are, like, right now, it's mainly just continuing the dropping of the beat that we did before. Continuing that. And adding a couple of adding something different every repetition. Catching live for the first time, listening to on YouTube. 71, thank you, I appreciate it. Welcome today, by the way. How are you doing? Brain is working very hard to understand what you are saying. It's okay, mine too. Let's see where this goes. Ooh, a little bit of rhythm change. And we do something quite interesting. We bring this new beat in what sounds to be a very different... no, it's the same motif. So we bring back the motif, and we bring in a sample of Daft Punk, and we use that for the motif. We layer it with the motif, with this very straightforward drum beat. Is this... Yeah, this is like, it's a Daft Punk, like it's a sample of the vocals of like some Daft Punk stuff. Welcome back, Nightingale, by the way. So yeah, let's see where it goes. The melody is Daft Punk took. Oh, look at that. All right, how are you gonna end this? We'll do one more run and. Okay, so we bring in, we do one last run of the motif. We do one last hit of the drums, we take away the drums, and now we just have the chords, the accompaniment playing maybe a couple of times. We'll bring it forward, and... How are you gonna end it? And there we go, it hits one more time, and the track ends. Ooh. That was really good. That was really good. And Neptunite, I'm going to reply to that in a second. So, there you have it. That was 2010 by GRGE from WMRecords, featured in Geometry Dash is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit, yes, I see it on the screen, I will not acknowledge it. If we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, and I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. We also had a member of the community offering to do Discord Nitro giveaways. I might do some game giveaways. If you have any other ideas or you want to contribute to the hype, let me know. Reach out. We'll make as much of it happen as possible. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. Go share them with your online and offline communities. Go share them with everybody. Use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does, so link down below. Go check out the Discord, go coordinate with them. Artists, I want to collaborate. If anybody wants some guitars or some Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, or some voice acting from me, or singing, or whatever it is, just reach out, let me know. And if you're in the audience, you know any artists that could benefit from my musical skills, just let them know. Reach out and all that kind of stuff. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Don't be a rat about it. Be cool. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays. And if you are a paid member, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them on Saturdays. So become a member today, or at least for the LFAs. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you are not on the live stream, check the pinned message, the pinned comment on this video. If you are on the live stream, you can go ahead and start requesting. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you are not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch, both linked down below. So if you live in, I don't know, in San Vito, and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Don't worry. Just go to the Discord or the Twitch channels, both linked down below, and it shows in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. It's on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where we put the gaming after shows when they happen. They get recorded on the main channel, and then the recordings go on the gaming channel. We've been playing through like Silent Hill F, Vintage Story, and I have a list of games that I need to play through, and I aim to catch up, okay, to all the games. So link down below, or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. 2010 GRGE. That was fun. Good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.